Today I'm making this video so that you'll know that it is nothing to be afraid of anymore, and that you can tackle these things naturally without having to be cut, without having to have your reproductive system removed. The reason a lot of us are so quick to go along with what we're told about this information is because we haven't been educated on what these terms actually mean, or why they came about in the first place, what led to me getting to the point where I have fibroids, what led to me getting to the point where I have endometriosis, what led to me getting to the point where I have cysts in my body. And when you actually have a full understanding, you know what to tackle. Because for every woman that has gotten a tubal ligation because of fibroids or because of cysts or whatever the case may be, they've gotten a hysterectomy because of it, they've gotten their uterus removed, or they've gotten their ovaries removed, they will let you know that they still feel pain. The pain didn't go anywhere. The problem was not solved. And now, on top of still having the issues and getting their reproductive systems removed, they also have mental issues now and emotional issues now, because your brain is continuing to try to communicate with a part of your body that it can't communicate with anymore. Everything is placed in our bodies for a reason. Everything has a function. There's nothing that's here that can just be removed and there won't be consequences for it. Now your brain cannot communicate with your womb like it needs to. So today I'm going to focus on educating you all. So let's start with the womb. Our womb is an outlet for our body. So that means that waste can pass through it. And after so much waste passed through it, your uterus begins to get irritated. The fibers within your uterus begins to get irritated. The tissues within your uterus begins to get irritated. And this leads to inflammation and infertility. And when it comes to a fibroid is just waste that is trapped within the fibers of the uterus. Okay, so now that it's waste trapped in the fibers of the uterus, you have inflammation, you have scar tissue, and you have a lot of pain, and now you have fibroids. Now, endometriosis happens when the toxins in your body cause a hormone imbalance. And the hormone imbalance makes it where your body has a hard time breaking down your tissues. So now the tissue just keeps growing thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker. And in turn, it starts to grow outside of your uterus, and then it gets inflamed. And now you have endometriosis. Now, a cyst is just an abnormal growth, and it can be described as a fluid-filled sac that develops within your body's tissue. Now, what kind of fluid do you think is within those sacs? Toxins. Now, you keep hearing me say toxins. Tori, what toxins? Where do they come from? Is it environmental? Blah, blah, blah. The toxins are coming from the food that we are consuming. It comes from some of the products that we put on our body. Now, understand that whenever you put something on your skin, it goes directly into your bloodstream. So technically, if you wouldn't eat it, you shouldn't be putting it on your body. So that includes our makeup. I know. It includes our lotions. It includes our perfumes. All that stuff is filled with toxins. It goes directly into our bloodstream. Now let's tackle the food. I know everybody says like, hey, I'm not giving up meat. My grandmother ate meat. She lived to be 200 years old. I get it. But understand that back then there was a lot more local shopping going on. There's a lot more farming going on. You knew where you were getting your food from. And now it's filled with so many toxins because they're trying to keep up with the demand. Think about all these people that's ordering a 50 wing, right? Chickens only have 2 wings. So if everybody keep ordering 50 wings, it's just impossible to truly go through development and so on and so forth. And really, if they gave you the chicken, in their real form without the hormones, you'll say, oh, them little bitty wings, I'm not ordering those. And then you go order now, and then the wings is like this big because they're injected with so many hormones. So the toxins is coming from the food that we choose to eat. The level of toxins that's in the food now is not the level of toxins that used to be in the food. It's not the same. And it wasn't genetically modified like it is now and at the rate that it is. So you can't expect to eat a cow that had tumors on it and think that you're not going to get those same tumors when you are what you eat. You're going to develop the same thing. You're eating all of that and everything that comes with it. So where does the toxin come from? It comes from our food. And I'm not telling you to give up meat. You eat whatever you want to eat, because a lot of the other foods have toxins in it as well. But I try to tell people it's not the meat that you actually want. You like the seasoning. Because if I gave you a baked chicken breast with no seasoning on it, you wouldn't eat it. You'll be ready to throw up because it doesn't taste good. So what you really like is the seasonings. And if you really marinated your vegetables and cooked them up with the same love and time that you did these meats, your food would taste just as good. So, you know, it's very much possible. They're injecting a lot of this meat with hormones, and now you're eating them, and it's leaving you with a hormonal imbalance. And that's making it where your body can't do what it needs to do. Your body is a self-healing machine. And once you fix that imbalance, then your body will be able to heal itself as it's designed to do. Now that you know where it's coming from, you can start to tackle getting rid of this issue. And I'm going to give you about 6 different ways to get rid of this altogether where it doesn't come back. 3 of them, absolute must-dos. The other 3, just strongly suggested. You do what you want with the information. Number 1, reduce and or eliminate the toxins that you're taking in. You can slowly make little different changes here and there. You can make the decision that, hey, instead of this lip gloss, I'm gonna switch to shea butter. Instead of this lotion, I'm gonna switch to shea butter. That's something that you can actually eat and cook with. So little small changes here and there, which you can do it. But if you're not fully ready to do it, I suggest that you try your best to reduce the amount of toxins that you're taking into your body on a regular basis. Number 2, you detox your womb. I have a herbal tea blend called Womb Purge that literally breaks down the scar tissue that is within your womb so that you can expel it. So all that overgrowth of tissue that's stuck and can't be broken down and can't come out, this Womb Purge will help you expel it. And 3, balance your hormones. I have a herbal tea blend called Balance Me that balances your hormones so that you can stop this stuff from coming back. Because if you do number 2, which is the womb purge, and you expel all that excess tissue, you expel these fibroids, you expel these cysts, which I have pictures that my clients send me, passing whole fibroids, passing whole cysts, and I love the pictures. If you all do it and you get your results, send me the pictures because I love to see these herbs work as they should. So if you do all of that and you pass them, but you didn't take care of the hormonal imbalance that was caused by the toxins, then they're just going to come back. Remember, we're talking about how to get rid of them and get rid of them for good. So you need to do this step as well. Now I'm going to move on into the things that are by choice. You know, this one especially, because I have a organic herbal tea blend called Inflammation Free. Now, if you are dealing with fibroids or cysts or endometriosis, you have inflammation there, but the inflammation was caused by the scar tissue. So the womb purge is actually when you get rid of the scar tissue, that inflammation is going to leave. But if you've been dealing with this for years and there's like a severe backup where you're super inflamed and you're in a lot of pain, then I would suggest you do the inflammation free as well, just so you can reduce some of that pain as you go through the process of breaking down the scar tissue, the cysts, the fibroids, and everything else. Now, if your inflammation is not that bad or the pain levels is not that bad, then you don't need the inflammation free. That's going to be taken care of when your body expels the scar tissue. So again, that varies person to person depending on your level of pain that you're dealing with. The next thing that is just a suggestion is to clean your blood. Remember, I talked about how your womb is an outlet for waste. So are your lymph nodes. So are your kidneys. So is your liver. So if your body got to a point where it started mainly using your womb to get rid of waste, that means you're backed up elsewhere. So I will focus on cleaning the toxins from my blood as well so that everything can function properly as a whole. Again, this is just a suggestion for you. And last, it's not a tea that you have to drink. It's for your partner. I have a blend called Men's Health. Women don't realize that almost 80% of miscarriages are caused by weak and toxic sperm. So if you do all of this to get your body in tip-top shape, to get rid of these fibroids, to get rid of these cysts, and you reduce the amount of toxins that's in your body, and you expel these fibroids, and you balance your hormones, but you continue to let him finish in you once he's done, you're taking these toxins right back in, especially if he hasn't made any of the changes that you've made. So you have to... The Men's Health will be great for him to be drinking while you're drinking your other teas, and he can do the blood cleanse as well while you're drinking your other teas, and you all are taking care of everything as a whole. So if he does, finish the job, now you're not taking in more toxins after you just expelled all of these toxins. Now that you all are educated, I hope that you all take this information and take back control of your reproductive systems, take back control of your womb. You don't have to be in your early 20s finding out you can't have kids. There don't have to be a permanent stamp on your life saying that you're infertile. Make these changes and you will see all the difference. Come back, send your pictures, let me know how it goes. I love you, ladies. See you next time.